We're about to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful, yet practically invisible forces in the global economy. It's the secret safety net that underpins everything from your car insurance to massive construction projects. Chances are you've never heard of it, but you're about to understand the world of reinsurance. To really get why this industry is so absolutely critical, let's just kick things off with a pretty high-stakes scenario. Just picture this. A monster hurricane slams into a coastal city. The damage? A staggering $10 billion. Thousands of homes, cars, and businesses are devastated. So, here's the big question. How on earth does one single insurance company pay for all that without just, poof, going bankrupt? Well, the secret is actually pretty simple. They don't do it alone. Yep, you heard that right. They have their own insurance. And that secret insurance, that hidden safety net, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. It's the whole reason we're doing this explainer. We're talking about reinsurance. So what is it really? At its core, it's super simple. Reinsurance is literally insurance for insurance companies. That's it. It's a deal where one insurer pays another one to take on some of its risk. Okay, let's follow the money here. It starts with you, right? You pay your premium to your insurance company. In the industry, we call them the ceding company. Now, let's say they're covering something huge, like a skyscraper, a potential $100 million loss. Yikes, they do not want to be on the hook for that whole amount. So what do? They keep a little bit of that risk for themselves, and then they cede, which is just a fancy word for pass off, the rest to a specialist company called a reinsurer. And in return, the reinsurer gets a nice slice of your original premium. All right, I know, ceding, reinsurer, it can sound a little abstract, but don't worry. I've got the perfect analogy that's going to make this whole thing click instantly. I call it the pizza principle. I want you to think of a huge financial risk. Yeah, like that $10 billion hurricane as one giant, extra-large pizza. Now, what happens if you try to eat that entire pizza all by yourself? You are going to get sick, like really, really sick. And in the financial world, that sickness is an insurance company going totally bankrupt. So what's the smart move? You invite some friends over to share. You can't handle that whole pizza, that whole risk by yourself. So you give a slice to each of your buddies. And those friends? They're the reinsurers. See how that works? Now everyone just has one manageable piece, and that is risk distribution in a nutshell. If one part of that risk turns into a claim, a bad slice of pizza, the financial pain is shared and no single company gets wiped out. Okay, so now that we all get the pizza principle, let's start using the official lingo, so you can sound like a pro. Who are the actual players in this game? All right, on one side, you have the ceding company. This is your regular insurer, the one you actually know, and they're the ones giving away or ceding the risk. And on the other side, you've got the reinsurer. These guys are the specialist. Their entire business is just accepting risk from lots of different insurance companies. Now, let's nail down these two terms. A cession is the specific slice of pizza. It's the actual portion of risk that gets passed to the reinsurer. The retention, on the other hand, is the slice the first company keeps for itself. You can kind of think of it like their own corporate deductible. But get this, here is where it gets really wild. What happens when a reinsurer starts taking on so many slices of pizza from so many different companies that even they start to feel a little overstuffed? Well, that's when a retrocessionaire steps in. Yeah, it's a mouthful, I know, but it's an awesome word. And all it means is a reinsurer for a reinsurer. It's like insurance inception. This just shows you how incredibly deep this global safety net really goes, with risk being spread out again and again until it's a tiny, manageable piece for everyone involved. Okay, so we've got the what, the how, and the who. But the big question remains. Why does any of this matter to you? Why is this invisible industry so incredibly important? Well, at the end of the day, reinsurance is the hidden engine that makes the whole insurance world go round. It increases their capacity, allowing them to take on huge projects they couldn't possibly handle alone. It ensures their stability so they can survive those billion-dollar disasters we talked about, and it helps them manage their capital, freeing up their money so they can invest and grow their business. And this brings us to what is probably the most important takeaway of all. Reinsurance is, no joke, the safety net of the global economy. I mean, just think about it for a second. Without reinsurance, the risk for your insurer would be so high that the price of your insurance would be astronomical. Your car insurance premium could easily triple or even quadruple, making it way too expensive for most of us to afford. So there you have it, the 101.
But believe me, we have only just scratched the surface. The world of reinsurance has a lot more layers to it. So let's take a quick peek at what's next. For instance, not all reinsurance deals are the same. You've got treaty reinsurance, which is a broad agreement that might cover an insurer's entire book of car insurance policies for a whole year. But then you have facultative reinsurance. This is super specific, custom-made for one single high-value risk, like insuring a priceless painting or a brand new bridge.
So now you get the what and the why behind this hidden financial world. But what happens when the risks get even bigger and more complex? I'm talking about things like massive cyber attacks, global pandemics, or the effects of climate change.